My, how time flies. Season 7 already for Dr. Phil in his wildly successful syndicated show. How are you doing?
Can you believe that? 7 years.
Feels like a minute ago we were saying, hey, Phil, what are you going to do with the show?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I want to talk a little bit about the Palin family. Because this is a real American family who has not lived under the media glare. It's not like they've come up under this. All kinds of storylines, underlying storylines that have been brought out into the press. If they called you up and say, Phil, how can we get through this? What advice would you give them?
Well, you know, that's pretty much what happened with me and my family when we moved from Texas into Hollywood, and all of a sudden you're public figures and everything you do is scrutinized. And I think the important thing to do is when you close those doors at night and you're at home, to just remember who you are and what got you where you are at this point. I think this is a family that has really a strong bond. I think they know what's important to them, and I think they just have to remember that, and you just have to kind of shut it off and at night focus on, wait a minute, we're still the same people we were before all the cameras showed up. They're going to say a lot of snarky things, they're going to attack them, but what you got to do is just remember who your family is and what's really, really important.
You know, there's a whole notion, this talk about her daughter, that very private situation there. You had to wonder if there were conversations around the kitchen table like, geez, you know, what kind of impact is it going to have on those kids?
You know, I think they can have that conversation, but I don't think you ever really know until somebody is just attacking and looking at every single thing you have. And, you know, people say family's off limits, kids are off limits. In this day of media time, they're not off limits. There are two things. The truth is not valued the way it was, and everybody's speculating. You got 500 TV channels, you got the internet, you got bloggers, everybody's got an opinion, and they're going to run with it. I don't think you can really get prepared for it. You just have to steel yourself against it.
Let's talk about the season coming up. What are some of your big focuses this year?
Well, we've just had the busiest summer that we have ever had for a couple of reasons. Number one, we always retool the Dr. Phil show, try to keep it fresh, try to keep it relevant. This season, this summer, my son Jay is launching a show called The Doctors, which is producing right next door to me. I'm on stage 29, he's on stage 30, so launching a new show plus my show. But we're really meeting people where they are. We're dealing with the financial crises that people are facing right now. We're dealing once again with the obesity that's going on. And the landscape, Harry, is changing with this internet. Our first show back looks at things like Facebook and MySpace and what parents need to tell their kids about what's going on. So it's really tough.
Yeah, this whole notion of obesity as you travel around the country, certain areas of the country especially, just stunning. You get off an airplane and you think, do folks know what they're costing themselves and what they're costing their family by being in the shape they're in?
They really don't, and it's a lifestyle. It's not about America needs to go on a diet. That's not true. The lifestyle needs to change. You know, you ride bikes, you play golf, you do all of those things that you don't just, it's not just like a crash diet, it's part of your lifestyle. And you're looking good, by the way. So.
Season 7 starts Monday?
Starts Monday, season 7, and The Doctor starts Monday as well.
There you
September 8th.
Phil McGraw, always a pleasure. Good to see you, man.
Harry, good to see you.